Hey guys, you're listening to the Energy of the Untamed Heart podcast, where we talk about uncaging your divinely gifted wild heart to be as free and expansive as you were born to be. My goal is to use our stories, guest interviews, and your questions to tease out what has been keeping your wild heart under wraps. I'm your host, Miel Fox, and together we will shatter the myths of our old stories to set our wild heart free. So thanks for choosing you and showing up today. Well, hey everybody, here we are. It happens to be Sunday evening, and I'm making some recordings to be able to post for the upcoming week on the podcast, a couple minisodes. And the theme for this week is basically the things that we need to spend a little more time, pay a little more attention to for self-care, grounding, compassion, unconditionality, especially at the holiday season, to not lose sight of what's really important, to not lose sight of the things that we seem to set on the side table when it comes to the holiday season sometimes in the name of trying to be good. So let's just dive right in. Let's just get to it. I feel as if there's an awful lot of pressure at the holiday season. There's the pressure to do, there's the pressure to purchase, there's the pressure to give, there's the pressure to show up in social venues, there's the pressure of judgment. What if I don't do the thing? What if I don't get the thing? What if I don't meet somebody else's expectation? How does that define me? What are they going to say? How am I going to think? Is it going to matter? There's so many things. So I think I'm going to do a couple minisodes this week, but I think let's just start with the basics. Let's start with some grace. So let's put it really simply. We are in 2023, 3 years following a pretty major world pandemic, which really created a lot of shifting and changing for many, many people. It shifted and changes people's emotional well-being, spiritual well-being, for many people, physical well-being. And it really made many of us take a good long look at what's important in our lives, what's really a priority. And there are times that I feel like as we enter the holiday season, we kind of forget that because we get caught up in the materialism. We get caught up in the judgment and the expectation. Oh, is a $5, trade Santa gift at work really a $5? Oh my gosh, guess what? I really don't have $5 because I can't even feed the kids this week. But if I don't give the $5 gift, what's that going to be? Those kinds of things. Or I want to give so-and-so the $50 gift and I know they can't reciprocate. So is that going to embarrass them? Should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? Do I do it? Can I do it? Why wouldn't I do it? Maybe I shouldn't do anything. Oh, but I wonder what that's going to be. So are you hear where I'm going with this? There is so much concern and worry, which to me translates very simply into the trap of people-pleasing, the trap of perfectionism, the trap of external validation, the trap of getting caught up in all of the social programming and conditioning that many of us have been raised with that is just so over the top expressed during a holiday season. I would just suggest in this minisode, offer yourself some grace. Offer yourself some grace and offer the same grace to others. Here's the deal. We don't know what somebody's gone through. You may be one of those people that you're super fortunate. You have great friends and family. You love to get together at the holidays. It's a great time. Everything's really hunky-dory and fun and lovey-dovey and all the things. You could be one of those people that you have the family connections and doing the whole holiday thing is literally like pulling your fingernails out of the nail bed. You're like, oh my God, I have to do this thing. And it's all you can do to get through the holidays for whatever the reason may be. Maybe you're an empath. Maybe you're a highly sensitive person and the emotional turmoil of being in large groups is just overwhelming for you. Who knows? I don't know. But what I would say, or maybe, and here's the other piece, maybe you're one of those folks, unfortunately, who either is undergoing or has gone through something extremely traumatic, whether that's an illness, loss of a family member or a close friend, change in your job situation, living situation, relationship situation. I don't know, whatever the thing may be for you. And this holiday season is really rough. So here's what I would say. Offer yourself some grace and understand that whatever you're feeling is fine. It's fine. It's totally okay. It's your choice to have the feeling. It's your choice to sit with it. It's your choice to move beyond it or not move beyond it. And it's nobody's business but your own to be in that space. And give yourself the grace for the things that you go through, have gone through, maybe in the middle of, whatever it may be. And understand at the end of the day, you were loved and you were supported by something so much bigger than ourselves. So that's the first thing that I want to say. And as we go into the minisodes for the rest of the week, I'm going to talk a little bit about how can you navigate some of the challenges that go along with this holiday season. Before I jump off for tonight, because I want to keep these short, I want to make them something you can hear while you're driving. The other thing that I would offer is have unbiased compassion that your way may not be the only way. Maybe your mother-in-law really loves to make her casserole a certain way and it drives you crazy. How about you just let it go? Is it really that important? Is it really going to matter? And if it really isn't going to matter, can you just let it go? So that's part 2. And part 3 is this holiday season has a lot of holidays in it, quite frankly. And there is no one following or faith or belief system or doctrine, whatever you want to call it, that is bigger, better, or anything than anybody else's. We are a world of a variety of social and cultural norms, and each of our cultures carries forward with it its own set of celebratory events. And that can be anything from, do you celebrate Hanukkah? Do you celebrate Christmas? Do you celebrate the tradition of Yule? Do you celebrate Kwanzaa? Do you not celebrate at all? All those things are totally fine, because in the big picture, the reality is the real question becomes, do you have faith and trust and belief in something bigger than yourself? That's really the question. It really isn't super critical what the label is that you decide to apply to that thing, that essence, that energy, that spark. It is absolutely just something that is bigger than us little 3D humans here on Earth. Do you hold trust and faith in something beyond yourself? And if the answer is yes, then that's beautiful. Whatever that is for you, that's for you to have. Great. If the answer is no, I'm going to perhaps encourage you to consider that this way, what you see in front of you, what you believe to be your current reality, is truly a projection of what you want to see in front of you as your current reality. And the opportunities to shift and change that to anything that you have in your heart's desire is available to you through the realm of trust and faith, and of course, inspired action. And there's a couple of little goodies thrown in, but that's probably a whole lot for the first minisode. So I'll leave it there. Tune in all week. I'm going to try to drop one of these every day this week. Hopefully, depending on the weather, depending on my signal for my computer, but I'm going to do my best. And if you find this kind of conversation interesting, tag a friend. If you want to subscribe so you don't miss the notifications, feel free. If you want to drop me a line and say, hey, I'd really love it if you talk about XYZ, please do. I can be found really easily. I'm everywhere, pretty much. Facebook, Instagram, website, all the things. I'm going to be offering a monthly virtual meetup so we can talk about things further outside of the podcast. If any of those things are of interest to you, by all means, reach out. Absolutely reach out. And I will say good evening for tonight here, or good morning, whatever time you're hearing this, listening to this. And stay tuned, because I'm going to do one of these sort of holiday-themed, introspective, what's up going on here within yourself, with the world, for most of this week. So there we are. All right, y'all. That's the end of Minisode 1 for the holiday season.